Inflammation is often described as a visible reaction: swelling, redness, pain. But the most influential type of inflammation is the one you cannot see: low-grade chronic inflammation. It doesn't shout, it whispers, and over time, it quietly reshapes how the brain functions. Tonight, we're exploring how inflammation affects brain health, even when you feel fine. If inflammation protects us, why would it harm the brain? Inflammation is not inherently bad. It is the immune system's response to injury or infection. When triggered appropriately, it eliminates threats, repairs tissue, restores balance. But problems arise when inflammation becomes chronic, not from infection, but from ongoing stress, poor sleep, metabolic strain, or environmental triggers. Instead of activating and resolving, the signal lingers, and the brain is highly sensitive to that signal. The brain is protected by the blood-brain barrier, but it is not isolated. The brain communicates constantly with the immune system. Inflammatory molecules can influence neural signaling indirectly through chemical messengers. When low-grade inflammation persists, microglia, the brain's immune cells, become more active. In short bursts, microglial activation supports repair, but chronic activation alters neural environment. Synaptic pruning may increase. Neural communication may become less efficient. Subtle cognitive changes can follow, not dramatic, but cumulative. But inflammation doesn't only affect cognition, it also affects mood. Inflammatory signaling can influence neurotransmitter balance. It affects pathways related to serotonin, dopamine, motivation and reward processing. When inflammation persists, neural signaling can shift. Energy feels lower. Motivation decreases. Mood regulation becomes less stable. This is why chronic inflammation is often linked to fatigue and low mood. The brain is reacting to immune signals. So inflammation isn't just a body issue, it directly influences brain environment. Chronic inflammation has been associated with reduced hippocampal efficiency. The hippocampus supports memory consolidation. When inflammatory signaling remains elevated, neurogenesis may decline. Synaptic flexibility may decrease. Over years, this can contribute to cognitive slowing. Again, not instantly, but gradually. Inflammation accelerates wear, especially when recovery periods are insufficient. If inflammation can quietly erode brain function, can it be reduced? Yes. And the brain responds quickly to signal changes. The brain thrives in low inflammatory environments. Sleep reduces inflammatory signaling. Movement improves immune balance. Stress regulation lowers inflammatory tone. Nutrition influences systemic immune activity. When inflammatory signals decrease, microglial activation stabilizes. Neural communication improves. Cognitive clarity increases. The brain recalibrates. Because inflammation is a signal, and signals can shift. Inflammation is not the enemy. It is a defense system. But when it becomes chronic and unresolved, it quietly influences brain health. You may not feel it immediately, but over time, the effects accumulate. Understanding this changes the perspective. Brain health is not just cognitive, it is immunological, and the state of your internal environment shapes how clearly you think, feel, and adapt. Subscribe to Vera Human and continue understanding the biology shaping your brain, your resilience, and your future health.